Let's use this time wisely. Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States at our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. If there's one thing we talk about more on our YouTube channel, it's the delays at immigration. And I know that it's frustrating. I know that you feel like so much of this is out of your control. But I wanted to shoot this short video to talk to you about how you can use this time wisely. What do I mean by that? Well, obviously, your case is going to take months and months to be decided. It's going to be a long time before you have your interview. And this could be true whether it's an overseas case where you're trying to get an immigrant visa to the United States, or if you're trying to get your citizenship inside the United States, trying to adjust your status to that of lawful permanent resident, or to obtain some other immigration benefit. And you can use this time wisely. If you're applying for citizenship, you should use this time to review your N-400 to make sure that you made no mistakes, to gather any records of any traffic tickets or criminal incidents or anything else that you're going to need proof of disposition when you go to your interview. If you can develop any evidence of good moral character, that would be also helpful. Letters from your church or your synagogue or your mosque or other house of worship where you can demonstrate good deeds that you did, places you volunteer, hospitals, charities, NGOs, anything you do to help other people would be good to bring along to your naturalization interview. And of course, the best way to use your time for naturalization would be studying for the test. So making sure that you're practicing the questions, going over the problems, making sure that you familiarize yourself with all 100 questions. Because if you work on this, 20 minutes a day for 3 days a week in the time that you're waiting for your citizenship, that's all going to add up. You don't want to wait till the last minute to either gather evidence or to study for the test. Of course, that's also true for the green card case. So if you're applying for a green card, you want to adjust your status inside the United States, and that's based on marriage or asylum. You need to know the facts of your case inside and out. So if it's a marriage case, you want to be using that time to review your I-45, review your I-130, make sure that, again, that everything was answered correctly. Make sure that you know the answers to the question. I would practice listening to the questions. I would have your U.S. born or lawful permanent resident spouse read the questions to you, because of course it's an oral interview. They're going to be asking you these questions out loud. So it's different to read the questions on paper than it is from actually listening to it. So go over the questions over and over. I once had a client from China. His wife was not a native speaker. He had gotten an employment-based green card, and she was going for her green card interview. And he actually recorded all of the questions for her and the answers that she had given. And she practiced those in the car when she was driving around. I thought this was a brilliant move. In fact, he asked her the questions in English and then explained it in Chinese so that she was comfortable. And then, of course, when we went to her interview, she nailed it. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about using this time wisely. Of course, in the marriage-based context, you can also use the time wisely to develop more evidence. So just sit around and think about ways to develop evidence, to make sure that you have a bucket or a folder or something by the mail so you can keep all this evidence that comes in your mailbox. Your mailbox is your best friend. And then, of course, if it's an overseas case, you want to demonstrate communications that you've had since the filing of the application, communications that you've had since your case reached the National Visa Center, any kind of money or things that you've sent back and forth with each other, any other evidence of the relationship, any additional trips that you've taken together. You want to bring in statements from people that know that this relationship is ongoing, because there's going to be a gap between the time that you pay your NVC fees, to submit the DS-260, and submit the checklist and other documents. So you want to be able to tell the officer at the consulate that the relationship is still ongoing, and you don't want them to have to take your word for it. You want to be able to present more evidence there. So yeah, I know it's frustrating, but you can use this time to make your case better. You can use this time to get your case closer to an approval. If you have questions about this, or if you need our help making your case as strong as possible, feel free to give us a call, 314-961-8200. You can email us, info@hackinglawpractice.com. Be sure to join us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you sign up for the little alarms that go off. That way when we go live in our Immigration Answers show, or when we post a new video, you'll get alerted, and then we can go from there. So don't forget, in all of January, we're going live every single day for at least 31 minutes for all 31 days. We're having a lot of fun with the show, and we hope to see you there. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.